Welcome to Coaching Uncut, a special series on the Unstoppable Woman podcast, where I take you behind the scenes and give you a peek into the private coaching I do with my clients. All of these coaching calls have been recorded with the permission from my clients who have generously allowed me to share these with you as a way of helping more people in this world. They give you access to master level coaching and the opportunity to learn the lessons that they're learning right along with them. Please keep in mind that these recordings are not studio productions and the audio quality may be less than ideal, but the content will take you far and help you become unstoppable. With that, listen in and learn.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So I feel like there's this smorgasbord of things coming up that all have a common thread. I know we were texting about this yesterday, but I want to, what am I saying? I think one of the things that I'm also struggling with or trying to find the right approach and be authentic, whatever, is also like holding, I see part of my role as someone's coach and mentor to play a role in helping create a container for accountability, right, for their benefit. But I probably, in my zeal to do that, I shouldn't be babysitting people either. And I probably, I don't know if I do too much to take their responsibility or not. Or rather...
Can you give me a specific?
Yeah. So, another example, this isn't even, following up on your work, but something as simple as, getting someone's sessions scheduled, and I feel like my other client, who's already in, it's not about enrolling her. She's in, she's, investing $10,000, and it's literally, on again, off again with getting a confirmed, like I said, let's schedule all for 6 months, pick a consistent day of the week. We can always change things later, but I want to get it in there. She's not saying no, but it's why does it take 20 texts and we still haven't solved it? Now, in her case, we have a session this evening, so I'll get it taken care of then.
Yeah. So here's a little bit for you. Part of this is just experience on your part. And part of it is scheduling is pain in the ass. That particular example. Okay. And it doesn't have to be as, but it can be.
Yeah.
Okay. And and that's where the experience comes in. So you have to realize that doing it over text is not going to work. Okay. So here are some things that I have done that have worked.
Sure.
In addition to having someone else on my team do scheduling. Okay. But
right.
if and when I'm doing it myself, like for immersion clients, I tend to do it myself because there's a lot of sort of trickiness in terms of timing and other things that it would be hard to explain to my team, some nuances.
Right.
So, but generally there are sort of parameters and then the team can go schedule for you. But one thing that I do is I send via email, here's the schedule. Please let me know if anything doesn't work for you. Okay? So And that requires knowing generally, so I do client calls on such and such days. Which of these time blocks works best for you? That's step number one.
Okay.
And then you schedule everything at once and you say, please let me know which of these don't work, right? And we'll find alternatives. One thing that I've done is I've scheduled when someone signs up, or I schedule, if you have a call with them, you can say, I'd like to have an extra 5 minutes at the end for us to work through the schedule. Okay? And then you're not doing this back and forth. Okay? Now, a lot of people have schedule issues. They're like, don't trap me. Don't lock me in. And so it's like a way of, they want the coaching. It's not that. It's just a sort of unconscious, subconscious way of being in the world.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. This is super helpful. So that was like a very tactical thing. I think the piece around, you know, are people, and we've talked about this before, are people doing the work? That's like probably less of the issue. I think the thing that was really I mean, like I will reach out to people periodically, even if I haven't, like I'm not waiting for them to reach out to me. I'll just reach out if I haven't heard from them in a few days to be like, how's it going? Or how are you doing with X being, you know, something that they committed to working on. I don't find that taxing for me. I feel it's potentially value adds for them in terms of, you know, keeping their commitment present, but I can see how it could also take a wrong turn that I don't intend into, like, am I, you know, who's got to be taking the wheel for accountability? And I'm just wondering if you have any lessons learned or observations on, like, that's not something that you typically do in my experience, right? Like, you're very responsive.
That is correct. Yeah.
Right. And so I figure you have a stance around that, which I'd like to understand.
Yeah, I do have a stance around that. I have a stance that you're in and you're committed. I can't want it more than you do. Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be transparent with you, Courtney. Sometimes I don't want it badly enough. Like, I signed up to work with a health coach and I thought I was all in. And then I kept, like, I was the pain in the ass client, right? I was the one that wasn't doing the things and not being responsive and not, right? And I ended up saying this isn't going to work for me because I want to be someone who keeps my word. And clearly I was not fully committed in this, so I'm not going to engage in this. And I lost a lot of money, okay? Lost, quote unquote, right? Like, I let go of that fee that I paid.
But you took accountability. But you took personal accountability for that. Like, you weren't like blaming the coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's me. Now the coach might be like, "What the fuck just happened?" Okay, because they've never had someone do that before, right?
Right.
But like, I don't want anyone chasing me. That's not the energetics that I personally want. I want to be someone who's committed, and I want to be, if I'm not doing what I say I'm going to do, I'm going to up my game, okay? Or I'm going to say, this is actually not a focus for me right now. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I don't want anyone, like a coach on a football team, not that I've ever played football, okay? But like a coach in a sports team is motivating someone. There's some rules for staying on the team, but they're not running after people. It's like, that's how I see it. Maybe there are some exceptions to that rule, okay? Where
sure
people run after. But like, you want to be on this team? Here's how it works. I'm going to inspire you, motivate you, help you see, like, the end goal, teach you, like, here's the skill set, here's the mindset, and give you the drills. But you've got to do it. You've got to show up. And if you don't show up, you're off the team, right? Like, you don't get to play basketball if you don't show up to practice. Okay? So that's more my perspective with my clients, is that I'm all in. Like, you send me a text, I'm responsive, right? Not if I'm on other calls, but like, if I'm there, if I'm available, I'm there, right? I'm gonna help you move through whatever's blocking you, but you want it. You're engaged.
Right.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And even if someone doesn't have, like, if their issue is around time, they're still engaged in the conversation around it, and they're wanting to make a change, and they're taking action on the instructions. I think the difference, I think the inner piece that you have to work on is you're not responsible for them, okay? And I think you still have, I know you get that intellectually. I think you still have that conditioning from childhood that it's your responsibility to take care of your father, right?
Yep. 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 Yeah.
And
or brother. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And or brother. Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's part of your identity, and that needs to shift.
Yeah.
And the way to shift it, this, but I'm just going to remind you, is constant spaced repetition on the new vision, the new belief, the new identity, the new beingness, plus taking action that's in alignment with that new way of being, which means not chasing, okay? Which means not doing it for them.
Totally.
The tactical outer game is that I also roadmap this for my clients. I'm very clear up front. This is something, I'm here for you, but you're 100% responsible for your outcomes.
Yeah, and clearly to me, the other dynamic here, even though I've never caught a whiff of this, well, I shouldn't say never. No, I haven't really caught a whiff of this from any client, but I think it's also me, like from my own needs to get a success with the client, or like not want to risk that they're going to come back later and say, well, I didn't get the outcome. And I know that if somebody said that to me, who was a person who wasn't engaged the whole time, I know that I would calmly say, well, yes, you didn't get the outcome because you didn't, cause and effect. You've got to do the work and do it. So like I get it, but I do think there's this piece of me that's like trying to protect against that happening. And and also just really wanting to see people get the outcome. But I do also recognize that I can't want it for them more than they do. And I just have to unhook, like you were saying, from feeling like it's my responsibility, even if they're paying me, right? They're not paying me to babysit them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. They want an up level in their life. They want increase. They want more. And it's going to require that they transform.
Yeah.
By chasing after them and checking in on the accountability stuff, that is infantilizing them. That's going backwards rather than forwards. Okay? Yeah. That's not to say that there haven't been times where I've said to a client, text me every day, let me know you did it. Okay? But I will say to them, I'm not going to chase you, but I will be aware that you didn't do it if you don't text me. Do you see the distinction?
I do. And I like that. Yeah.
Because sometimes we need to learn how to keep our word to ourselves. And there's an interim step where you're keeping your word to someone else. Someone else is watching. No, you're keeping your word to yourself through the process of recognizing that someone else is going to see you. Now, there's a pro and a con to this. The con is it is supporting a kind of, I don't want to have public shame, right? It is supporting, I do it for other people, not for myself. And both of those things have, obviously embedded problems with them. However, they can be used as an interim step in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree. Super helpful.
Okay.
All right, I know we're over time. Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta go. You're welcome.
All right, okay. Have a good one.
I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this episode of Coaching Uncut. Let us know in the comments what you learned and how you can apply it to your own life and business. We absolutely love hearing from you. And we also love receiving your feedback. So thank you in advance for your likes and reviews. They really help us connect with more women who need this information to help them scale. So much appreciated for that and taking the time to do that. Now, if it's go time for you and you're ready to scale your life and your business, then I want to offer you up something. I want to offer you access to our Be Unstoppable Facebook group. We drop daily and weekly resources in this free group that show you exactly how to scale, what you need to be doing differently. So if you want access to that group and it's go time for you, go to theunstoppablewoman.com/Facebook group, and that will redirect you there. So theunstoppablewoman.com/Facebook group, no spaces, and start by getting your copy of the scale plan, which lives there, and it's totally free. So go do that now, and then tune in to the next episode and continue to be unstoppable.